Hello students, a very good morning to you. How are you? I hope you are fine and doing your work properly. Dear students, today we will start our new chapter, that is chapter 18, body fluids and circulation. As you know that before I start the chapter, I always explain you about the meaning of the chapter. So here, what is the meaning of body fluid and circulation? It means we know that along with nutrients, we need the transportation of oxygen, carbon dioxide and as well as some other substances. Means the waste that produced inside our body is also circulated. So how this circulated? Which process involved in it? As we know that the blood is a liquid or blood is found in liquid condition. That's why we can call this as fluid tissue or liquid tissue. So by the help of blood and another body fluid called as lymph. So blood and lymph plays an important role in the transportation of substances. Not only in case of higher organisms but also in some simple organisms. But the difference is in some simpler organisms the body fluid may not be blood. It may be some odd substances. But in case of higher organisms like human beings, the body fluid is blood and lymph, which allows the transportation of nutrients and exchange of gases through it. It also contains many more factors which we will discuss in this chapter. So now let's discuss about the chapter, that is body fluid and circulation. So first we will discuss about blood. As I have told you here that two fluid tissues or two type of fluids are found in our body. One is blood and another is lymph. So first we will discuss about blood. So what is blood? Let's understand this. Blood is a liquid connective tissue. Why this is called so? Because it connects all the body parts. Means through circulation as it found in liquid condition. So while it circulates in our body, all the nutrients and gaseous exchange takes place all over the body through the blood. That's why this is a connective tissue, special connective tissue, and consists of matrix, plasma and formed elements. Matrix, plasma and formed elements. So we can write blood is consists of matrix, plasma and formed elements. And we can also write this is a special type of connective tissue. So now let's discuss about plasma. Later we will discuss about blood. So what is plasma? Do you know about plasma? Nowadays this is a type of treatment that is given to the corona patients, means through plasma treatment therapy. So what is plasma? What do you mean by plasma? Plasma is a straw colored viscous fluid that present in our body. This is a straw colored viscous fluid. Straw color viscous fluid means it can be transported to all the body parts. That's why it is called as viscous fluid. Straw color means it is slightly yellowish in color. That's why we are calling this as straw color. So plasma is a straw colored viscous fluid and it is about 55%. It is about 55% in the blood. So how much amount of plasma is found? 55% in blood. Clear? Here I have told you that blood is consist of matrix, plasma and formed elements. Here we are now discussing about plasma. Plasma is a straw colored and viscous fluid and which is present about 55% in blood. Clear? And 92 92% of plasma and protein contribute. It means if we consider about blood and the substances present in the blood, how much amount of them are present in blood. If we consider whole blood as 100%, then how much amount of plasma present, how much amount of protein present, how much amount of your matrix present, and other formed elements we will discuss, that RBC, WBC, leukocytes, then your basophils, eosinophils and monocytes, all these present. So here I have told you 92%, and protein is present. You know that protein has an important role, so it is present up to 6 to 8%. Clear, students? So 55% of the blood is constituted by plasma, then 90 to 92% plasma again, and protein is 6 to 6%. So now let's see what is the function of different type of proteins. There are three major type of proteins we can found in the blood: albumin, fibrinogen and globulin. Clear? So fibrinogen, albumin and globulin are three different type of proteins we found, or three major type of protein we found in blood. As I have told you, there is an important role of protein in our blood. So three important major type of protein that we found in our blood is fibrinogen, albumin and globulin. Then let's see what is the function of fibrinogen, albumin and globulin. You know about fibrinogen. Fibrinogen means that is later get converted into fibrin. Fibrinogen get activated into fibrin, and it helps in the clotting or coagulation of blood. When we get injured, we saw excessive loss of blood or we saw bleeding. To stop this bleeding naturally, we have a factor, we have a protein that present in the blood, help to clot or coagulate the blood, that is called as fibrinogen. So here we can write the function of fibrinogen is to help in the clotting or coagulation of the blood. It means जो fibrinogen होता है, ये तो बात में फिब्रिन में कन्वर्ट होता है, और इसका मेन काम होता है जब हम इंजर्ड होते हैं या कट जाता है या छिल जाता है कहीं पे, तो इसका काम क्या होता है? इसका काम होता है उस ब्लीडिंग को रोकना। ये एक फैक्टर रिलीज करता है, वो पूरा मैकेनिज्म हम आगे पढ़ेंगे कैसे क्लॉटिंग ब्लड की होती है। बस अभी आपको ये याद रखना है कि ब्लड में जो तीन इंपॉर्टेंट और मेजर टाइप का प्रोटीन होता है, जैसे कि फिब्रिनोजन, एल्बुमिन एंड ग्लोब्यूलिन, उसमें से फिब्रिनोजन का काम होता है ब्लड को क्लॉट करना, ब्लड को जमा देना, ब्लीडिंग को रोकना। क्लॉटिंग और कोआगुलेशन दोनों का ही मतलब सेम है, ब्लड को जमा देना, मतलब एक जगह पे जमा देता है स्कॉम फॉर्मेशन करके, जिसकी वजह से जो ब्लीडिंग होती है वो रुक जाता है। ठीक है, नेक्स्ट आता है आपका ग्लोब्यूलिन। ग्लोब्यूलिन का काम क्या होता है? ग्लोब्यूलिन का जो काम होता है, ये नॉर्मली डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म में हेल्प करता है। ठीक है, ग्लोब्यूलिन जो है वो डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म में हेल्प करता है। ठीक है, तो कैसे डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म में हेल्प करता है? जैसे कि आपको पता है ग्लोब्यूलिन को हम पहले क्या लिखेंगे? इट हेल्प्स इन द डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म। सो व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म? जैसे कि हमें पता है हमारी बॉडी के अंदर एंटीबॉडीज होते हैं और बाहर से जो आते हैं वो एंटीजेन्स होते हैं जो हमारे लिए हार्मफुल होते हैं। सपोज कोई बैक्टीरिया या फिर वायरस जब हमारी बॉडी के अंदर जाता है, हमारी ब्लड में एक फैक्टर होता है, एक प्रोटीन होता है जिसका नाम है ग्लोब्यूलिन। ये क्या करता है, ये डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म क्रिएट करता है और फाइट करता है, एंटीबॉडी प्रोड्यूस करके फाइट करता है उस एंटीजन से और हमारी बॉडी से उसको एलिमिनेट कर देता है ताकि हम बीमार ना रहें। तो इसलिए ग्लोब्यूलिन का जो मेन काम है वो डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म है। सो वी कैन राइट द फंक्शन ऑफ ग्लोब्यूलिन इज टू हेल्प इन द डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म। नेक्स्ट जो आता है वो है आपका एल्ब्यूमिन। एल्ब्यूमिन क्या करता है, ये हेल्प करता है ऑस्मोटिक बैलेंस मेंटेन करने में। Osmotic balance means the salt concentration or the ion concentration that is needed by our body for easy circulation of the blood. आपको पता है ब्लड में कैल्शियम होता है, सोडियम होता है, क्लोरीन होता है, अलग अलग आयन्स होता है, तो इनको मेंटेन करने का काम किसका होता है, एल्ब्यूमिन का। अगेन मैं आपको बता देती हूँ, तो 3 मेजर टाइप का प्रोटीन प्रेजेंट होता है ब्लड के अंदर। एक है फिब्रिनोजेन जिसका काम होता है क्लॉटिंग और कोआगुलेशन में हेल्प करना। दूसरा आ गया आपका ग्लोब्यूलिन जो कि डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म में हेल्प करता है, मतलब एंटीजन को बॉडी के अंदर से जाने से रोकता है। तीसरा हो गया आपका एल्ब्यूमिन जो कि ऑस्मोटिक बैलेंस में हेल्प करता है। ठीक है, इसके साथ साथ जो प्लाज्मा है उसके अंदर थोड़ा बहुत अमाउंट में मिनरल्स भी होता है। तो हम क्या लिख सकते हैं, प्लाज्मा ऑल्सो कंटेन्स सम मिनरल्स। Plasma also contains some minerals. Then what are the minerals? These minerals are sodium, chlorine, potassium. Clear? These are the minerals that found in the plasma. Clear, students? So glucose, amino acid, lipids also present in the plasma along with minerals, glucose and amino acids are present in plasma. Not only these ions but also glucose and amino acids and lipids are present in the plasma. So what is their function? They are always in transit in their function. So what is their function? They are in transit in their function. We can write they are in transit their function. Clear? So here we studied about different type of proteins, and as we know that the plasma is present in the, or plasma is a liquid tissue or present in our blood, present in our body, so it have some other roles also. If the plasma lacks clotting factor, then it is called as serum. This is the most important line of today's discussion. In the absence of clotting factor, in the absence of clotting factor, plasma is called as, और if the plasma lacks, plasma में अगर clotting factor नहीं होगा, plasma में इसका मतलब अगर फिब्रिनोजेन नहीं होगा तो इसको हम क्या बोलेंगे, in the absence of clotting factor, plasma is called as serum. You know about serum, you already have listened about serum. What is serum? So plasma without the clotting factor, the plasma without the clotting factor is called as serum. So here, dear students, we have discussed about plasma, that what is the plasma contains. Plasma contains 3 different type of major proteins. It also contains some ions, and it also contains glucose, amino acid and lipids whose function is in transit in the body, and lack of clotting factor makes the plasma serum, or we can say that plasma without clotting factor is called as serum. So this is the discussion about plasma. Next we will discuss about the formed elements. So we will discuss about formed elements in our next class, but here you just need to know some idea, or you must gain some ideas about formed elements. Formed elements means the components that are present in the blood. So what are the components present in the blood? As I have told you, the blood has three major components. Means the blood is constituted by RBC, WBC and platelets, or which is called as thrombocytes. RBC is called as erythrocytes, WBC called as leukocytes and platelets called as thrombocytes. So they have different type of functions. So how much amount of RBC is present in human body, whether it is lacks nucleus or not, what is the function of RBC, then what is the function of WBC and what is the function of platelets. We will discuss all these in our next class.